Good morning, dear children. Today we are taking the politics, third chapter, constitutional design. Take your textbook, and in this textbook, you can see a quote said by Nelson Mandela, and it about the Nelson Mandela, the South African leader of African National Congress, fought a long battle against apartheid, and he was imprisoned for 28 years. Apartheid is a system of racial discrimination unique to South Africa imposed by white Europeans. During the 17th and 18th century, one trading company from Europe occupied it with arms and force and became a local rulers. The system of apartheid divided the people and labeled them on the basis of their skin color. The white rulers treated all non-whites as inferiors. The non-whites did not have voting rights and were forbidden from living in white areas. The blacks, colored, and Indian fought against the apartheid system from 1950. The African National Congress was the umbrella organization that led the struggle against the policies of segregation. Nelson Mandela was one of the leaders amongst the eight who were tried to treason by the white South African government. They were sentenced to life imprisonment in 1964 for daring to oppose an apartheid regime in the country, giving rise to new constitution. As the protests and struggles against apartheid increased, the blacks could no longer be kept under the rule of government through repression. The white regime changed its policies. Discriminatory laws were repealed. Ban on political parties and restrictions on the media were lifted. Nelson Mandela was released after 28 years in the Robben Island prison. The apartheid government came to an end on the midnight of 26th April 1994, paving a way for formation of a multi-racial government. Following the emergence of New Democratic South Africa, the party that ruled through oppression and brutal killing and the party that led the freedom struggle sat together to draw up a common constitution. The constitution gave to its citizens the most extensive rights available in any country. Together, they decided that the search for a solution to the problem. Nobody should be excluded. Moving to the next topic, why the need for constitution? Take the example of South Africa to see why we need the constitution and what constitution do. The oppressor and the oppressed were planning to live together as equal in the law and new democracy. Each section wanted to safeguard their interest and wanted substantial social and economic rights. Through negotiations, both parties came to compromise. The whites agreed to principle of majority rule and then one person, one vote. They also agreed to accept some basic rights from the poor and the workers. The black agreed that majority rule would not be absolute and that majority would not take away the property of white minority. How was this compromise to be implemented? The only way to build and maintain trust in such a situation was to write down some rules and games that everyone could be abide by. These supreme rules that no government would be able to ignore are called a constitution. Every country has diverse groups of people. All over the world, people have differences of opinion and interest. The Constitution is supreme law that determines the relationship among the people living in a territory called citizens and also the relationship between the peoples and are called government. First of all, the government means it generates a degree of trust and coordination that is necessary for different kind of people to live together. Secondly, it specifies how the government will be constituted, who will have the power to take which decisions. Thirdly, it lays down the limits on the power of the government and tells us what the rights of citizens are. Fourth, it expresses the aspirations of the people about creating a good society. All countries that have constitution are not necessarily democratic, but all countries that are democratic will have constitutions. This is all for today, and we will continue it in next section. Thank you, children.